Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard Presents Johnny Woodard.
It's just Johnny Woodard now?
Yeah, the show's now called Johnny Woodard. Welcome to Broken Simulation, the 257th most popular comedy show on the internet.
It's more like 217, I think.
217, bitches! Bah, bah, bah.
Apollo, we put it out too close to tinfoil last
Too
week.
close.
If you couldn't catch us, sorry
Too
about
close to the sun, dog.
Yeah,
We're just too close to the sun.
Too close to the sun, that's right.
Johnny. So Johnny's like, hey, we still doing this tonight? Yeah, we agreed to it. Then the text, are we doing it tonight? Yeah, we're doing it.
Well, no,
okay.
sometimes you'll text me, like, after I've already left my house, that, like, hey, bro, I'm a little sleepy or something. And I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get a text like that after I left.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, I'm waiting for Johnny to come in. I'm just roaming the streets, vigilante style, trying to look for danger.
Wait. So you're saying that that's why you were late, because you were waiting for me?
No, I was late because I got a Whopper Junior.
Okay.
That's why I'm late. I was like, okay. And then I had to battle for my soul to not get a full Whopper and just use the discipline of my ancestors to get a Whopper Junior. It took everything inside me to go, do not go fat ass right now.
It's so hard, dude.
Someone says Burger King isn't doing well. It's crushing with me. I love Whoppers.
Every time I go to the grocery store, it's like, don't buy the Doritos popcorn, bro. Don't do it.
And then you end up doing it, and then you hate yourself.
And they're these low sugar cookie dough things, bro. And they're what's called domino foods. I eat one, and then it's like, once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah.
I'll just eat like 10 of those fucking things.
Yeah.
We got to do another fitness challenge, bro.
I really do, dude. Going home and take care of my kids. Okay? I would take my kids home. I've been on a fat ass tour.
Me too, man.
It's just pizza and just eating like crackheads, because that's all kids eat now. Unbelievable.
I can't
dude.
imagine you having kids with all that.
Oh my God. You're like, oh, dude, you're not going to eat this. I didn't even grow up during the Depression. I'm like, there's people dying out there. They would love this food. So I eat it, and then I just balloon out.
We got to do, what is it? It's November again, right? Coming up. We should do a fitness thing. Although that's Thanksgiving. You want to do it? We should do it in October, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Let's start in October. Okay. Let's do
you can all join us.
What are we going to do? Are we going to do fast? Who's going to count their...
I think we should have a goal, like a goal.
Who can't eat all of October?
Like a goal weight or something, and then
October 28th, we're just like, I'm gonna win.
Or we just both cheat but lie to each other, and we're totally fine now.
Johnny, I know that your new format is get into it with the hot
very
topics.
Popular format. Yeah, very
hot
popular
topics. Okay, so we can either go with your hot topic or we can talk Bad Monkey on Apple TV. It's your call as producer.
I think we should do both.
Okay.
Well, you suggested this one actually. Newsom is what it's Newsom or the pagers exploding in Blackwater. What do you think?
It's up to you. Why don't you talk about the pagers? I'll talk about Newsom, and we'll talk at the same time. And that way, we'll cover both of them at the exact same time.
We'll be out of here in an hour.
Yeah, dude, they did 2 hours of comedy in an hour.
Let's just try it for like a minute,
real quick,
30 seconds.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. So it's. You're talking about the pagers.
Stop it.
I'm talking about Newsom and his laws.
This fucking new.
How long are we doing it for? Can we go 2 minutes?
As long as we can stand.
No, how long do you think the listeners can stand it?
Yeah, well, probably as long as we can stay, because it's going to be hard to pay attention.
Okay.
I'll have to take my headphones off if we're going to do it.
Okay. Dude, that's part of it. If they have to listen with their headphones on, we got to listen with our...
Okay.
Well, that's not fair.
Okay.
Here we go.
So you're doing Newsom, I'm doing
Welcome to 2 Topics, one show.
So there was this story.
So anyway, so Gavin Newsom is trying to pass all these ridiculous laws, right? It's actually insanity. So he's got this new law, right? Where there's this bill out there.
The guy from Blackwater,
and it's like Bill like 780 or something like that.
That it was a magnificent terror attack.
The people are trying to get a bill that basically says that you will, if you're arrested for drugs. Are we still going?
This is hilarious.
I thought that was 2 topics, one show.
Imagine like dropping into the podcast thinking you were skipping some ads.
Yeah.
And you just came in. You're like, my phone's fucking up. Damn.
Yeah, that was it. So, John, you go with yours first.
Okay. It's been everywhere. The Israelis exploded pagers as
Yes.
brilliant.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
if you want to say just technically, it was brilliant.
Yes.
But I wouldn't call it magnificent, which is the guy from Blackwater called this a
Can we say it's diabolical?
Absolutely.
That seems to be the better term. It's like a pinch of evil, well executed.
They killed at least 37, but here's the number that concerns me. 3,000 were wounded in Lebanon. Do you think those are all guilty people, the 3,000 that were wounded?
So I go on Adam Carolla. I'm so blessed to go on that show. I love Adam Carolla.
You just went on?
Yeah, it was supposed to drop today. It didn't. But so we'll see what happens with that. So we went on there and they do the stories, and they read this story, and everybody on the show was pretty much like it was brilliant. They thought it was a brilliant move, which is fine. It's not my show. Right? Like,
of course, yeah.
I'm very blessed that Adam lets me on his show.
Are your ears like smoke coming out of your ears?
Listen, dude, there's been times on the Jimmy Dore show. There's been times on Adam Carolla show, which are the two big shows that let me on. You know, Rogan will have me on here and there, which is great. It's a blessing. So my whole thing is like, I don't want to go on there and just be disrespectful. It's like, as I am a crazy person. I told this one booker one time, and he was calling me up and he was giving me a lot of shit because people were calling up asking to do one of my shows, right? They wanted to do Naughty Show. And I said, just ask the
podcast or the live show?
The live show. Okay. I go, just ask the booker. And it wasn't at the Comedy Store, it was at the Improv. And he goes, dude, don't do that. Don't tell him to ask me. I go, okay, I won't. And then somebody called and he calls me back. I told you, dude, you told me not to tell people that. Why would I do it? I go, listen, I'm a crazy person, but I'm not an asshole. Okay? Yeah. Like, you can say my methods, my thoughts, my style is batshit crazy. I'm fine with that. But I'm not an asshole. I'm very respectful of the house. Even when I did stand-up way back in the day, if there was a house rule, I followed it.
Right.
I'm not here to be disrespectful. That's just not how I operate. Be kind to the host. So you go on these shows, I'm going to respect the show.
You're a guest.
I'm a guest on their show. They have a big show, and they always ask me on. Blessings. I'm just going to be like that. So he starts going off on about how smart it is and all that stuff. And, you know, it's his show, and I'm blessed to be on it. So you let go. And I get quiet, and they're like, what are your thoughts? I go, and this is what I said in the show, is like, you have to watch for being cool with something being done to someone you don't like, because that will be used against you eventually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was my kind take. It's your show. Like, I'm just here I'm blessed to be here. Right? My take is this, Johnny. This is my thoughts on what's going on in Lebanon right now. You could convince yourself to the end of days that October 7th is the worst day since blah, blah, blah in Israel history. You can convince yourself of that. Right. And the more and more data comes out, we've had tons of people on the show talking about it. When you see Netanyahu doing Gaza 2035 plan, in which they're like, this is going to be our Dubai, right in Gaza where people are right now.
Yeah.
Okay, when you know there's the Greater Israel Project, which everyone told you was a conspiracy until Netanyahu's getting out pie charts and showing everybody. Okay?
He's had this problem where he just doesn't give a shit for a while publicly. Yeah.
Like, none of them give a shit because they've actually been encouraged not to give a shit because crazy people just wreck shop and the powers that be want them to wreck shop. Right? Like, they want them to take over that area because they will control the trade routes.
Yeah, they're going to have like a high-speed rail corridor that
that's
goes
what they
right
want.
through people's houses.
Yeah, that's what they want. So anybody trying to convince you this is about hostages, this is about defending, is absolutely ridiculous. When the guy comes out in the middle of this is like, look at our plans. Blah, and it's just like, that's my opinion. This has nothing to do with defending yourself and fighting terrorism. This is a business decision, and it's no different than what they did in Paradise up there in California, where they burned everything down for all that land. What they did in Hawaii, it's just no different, dude. What we had a conversation with today that came out, on Tuesday, right? They just have no problems with wrecking shop. So that's my opinion.
No, and when you can judge an action by who supports it, just like we say with Kamala Harris, look who's endorsing her. Do you want to be allied with those people? You have the guy from Blackwater coming out. His quote was, "It was a magnificent pager operation."
Right there lets you know who's on. When Nikki Haley, by the way, Nikki Haley getting her own show on Sirius. Do you ever listen to Sirius, Johnny?
Of course not. No.
Okay, I have it. I listen to it. It's great. I do a lot of driving everywhere. I don't have to worry about channels. I love it. They can't give anybody who's ever been disgraced in the public that is on the liberal side or the warmonger side gets a show on Sirius Radio.
So funny.
Who was the lawyer that lied about all the stuff about Trump and Stormy Daniels? What's his name?
Shit. Scaramucci?
No, the other one. The one that kind of flipped on him.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Michael or Matt
Cohen.
Is it Michael Cohen?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He's got a show on Sirius Radio.
Yeah, Michael Cohen.
Nikki Haley just got a show on Sirius Radio.
So fun.
Who wants to listen to the Nikki Haley show talking like Fire Marshal Bod?
Yeah, it's like there are two options. We're going on Big Brother or hosting a show on Sirius.
It's so weird, dude. It's so weird. But when
weird.
Nikki Haley's coming out, when all the monsters are on a certain side, you know what side's right.
Absolutely. Yeah, his quote was, and it's just funny. He also said something interesting that related to what you just said. He said, "It was a magnificent intelligence operation. It certainly took a lot of planning and a lot of discipline and a lot of innovation." Sounds like he's talking about the new iPhone. And they had to be willing to fail trying. Here's the thing, though. He also said what you said. He said that in the future, let me just continue the quote, and I'll get to what he said. And I would say that I'm jealous that the CIA, listen to this, dude. He says he's jealous that the CIA doesn't try or accomplish things as bold as much as we spin in the intel community. He's jealous that the CIA didn't come up with this and do it to somebody. But he's saying that in the future, the Chinese could try something like this against us, which is exactly what you were saying.
I'm surprised they haven't worked in Iran yet. Trump loves that. Oh, Iran is doing this to me. Okay, buddy. Not saying Iran wouldn't pull something,
no, of course
but it's even if they did, nobody believes you.
Yeah. Have they, though? I mean, come on.
I mean, it's crazy to me. Yeah. It's just absolutely crazy. And it's just they're like, oh my God, I wish the CIA did that. Oh, what about couple blocks down, Michael Hastings gets slammed into a palm tree and his car just gets slammed into it and the engine flies 20 yards.
Clearly an intelligence operation.
My buddy saw that happen in real time.
Really?
Yeah. He goes, it was the craziest shit I've ever seen. This thing just boom, went as fast as it could through the intersection, hit the tree, exploded.
No braking at all, right? Just accelerating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
There are, dude. Put another $1 in the conspiracy theorists were right 18-wheeler. Okay,
there's no more room inside. Yeah.
There's none. We're gonna have to move to a tanker. That's how right we are about everything.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion, dude. It's like you're watching a land grab right now, and it's being cloaked as fighting terrorism, which is everything America has done supposedly for oil. I think there's a lot more to that, and there's oil everywhere. The only weird thing about oil is are you telling me China, that giant country, has no oil? Is that what you're telling me? It's so huge, and you're telling me it has no oil reserves.
Let me ask you. I haven't thought much about China not having oil. Does China produce much oil? Asking ChatGPT. China produces a significant amount of oil, but it is not among the largest global producers relative to its population and consumption. That makes no sense to me. As of recent years, China has been one of the top 10 producers globally, with production around 4 million barrels per day. However, its oil production is far outpaced by its consumption, which makes China one of the largest importers of oil in the world. The part I don't understand, if it's there, why don't they increase the drilling and the offset?
It's so weird.
To match their production.
It's so
America
weird.
has the same situation, right?
Yeah,
Where you hear that we could have more.
I think I know why. Because you can control a country by buying its oil.
Oh yeah.
And if you decide not to buy its oil, they'll freak the fuck out.
Because there's no way the United States couldn't be completely self-sufficient if it wanted to.
Yeah,
make
totally
everything
could be.
here and
yeah. That's my whole thing.
I'm with you. But yeah, to me, it's just Judge an action by who praises it. You know what I mean? Judge an action by who says it was a great idea.
It's just like, at what point do you go, this is no longer about defending yourself? And it's like
3,000 people injured. There's no way. What percentage of those?
And what
people
percentage
were
are kids?
Yeah, oh god, that's horrible. Like
That's my whole thing, dude.
Indiscriminate.
I'm just watching kids get murked, and I can't take it.
They say at least 2 children of 3,000. Give me a break. You know it's way more.
Yeah,
than that.
I mean, who's doing that number?
Yeah.
Slavic Schlingenberg? Is that who's got the numbers? Come on, get out of here. Get out of here, Slavic Schlingenberg. Come on. What are you talking about?
If I could spell that, I would put it in the title.
So, Johnny, I don't want to get too deep into
enough
news
of that,
because we like to start off with hot topics.
Oh
okay?
yeah, I created a graphic for that. It looks
Do we
great.
have it?
Hot topics.
Do you have any?
Yeah,
do you
I
have
already-
a theme
I already
song?
have it. It's
Hot
not here,
topics.
but it's just me saying hot topics with an effect, and then there's this thing on the screen.
Okay,
That's
hot
cool.
topics. The next one is Johnny. You kind of before the show started. Apparently, there's a bill in California that has overwhelming support from everybody that would make shoplifting and doing drugs in public punishable by jail. So only California has to pass laws that make illegal shit illegal. Right?
Yeah.
You're
Totally.
like, it's already illegal. Like, why are we having to pass a law that says you have to throw people in jail? And of course, Gavin Newsom is an idiot.
Total dipshit.
And he's like, I can't believe this. I'm so let down. I can't believe that people would want this. And you know what he says, Johnny?
Go on.
He says, this is going to turn California back into the 80s, just like it was in the 80s. And I got to say, sounds awesome. The 80s were awesome, dude. The 80s in California is all the prime time. All the bikinis, all the cool TV shows. The Coke was pure. The chicks didn't have dicks in bathrooms. I mean, like, dude, California in the 80s was what everybody dreamed of. It was like the new gold rush. Everyone would come to California, get the sun, get in the television, get in the movies.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies, Chips. Everything was in Southern California was great in the 80s. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, all the movies were, Southern California is like a dreamland.
Dreamland. That's why everybody moved there. Like, oh, it's all. And they got here, and guess what they thought? Oh my God, it's awesome. And now it's not awesome because it's just dirty. It's like, clean it up. And this is gonna start. It's like, dude, you gotta have laws on the book. I did drugs, man. Half of the fun of doing drugs is find a place to do drugs that nobody knew you were doing drugs. Right? I mean, in the 80s, guess what you could do? Walk around with your family and not have to worry about some dude smoking meth, pounding his monkey on the corner.
What's the name of the prop? Because I have this story where he said he doesn't have the bandwidth, which is just a funny quote from me.
I just saw it's a prop to.
Is it Prop 36? Because he's saying, this was Gavin Newsom saying he doesn't have the bandwidth to campaign against Proposition 36, he says. I fear I can't. Listen to this, though. He's just trying to do his woe is me thing. He goes, I fear I can't do everything. I've got to try to get Kamala Harris elected president of the United States.
Oh, dude, he doesn't want her in.
Trying to get through these 900 bills. I just pray. I really do. That guy never prays, by the way, except to Satan. Moloch, maybe.
Moloch!
That people take a look at Proposition 36. It's just a question of what you're capable of doing and then trying to address homeless encampments and everything else. We do a lot. It's just him doing this whole woe is me act.
It sounds like something about homelessness. That's what he's talking about. Can you look up California bill to...
I did. Yeah, I did that. Hold on. Okay.
It's like Bill 7 something.
Okay, 7. All right.
And it's like to make shoplifting and being caught doing drugs in public mandatory going to jail.
Okay.
Which is like, then you get into like, okay, now you're not giving judges any leeway, which is never good either. But it's like
it might be 36, and it says Proposition 36 increases punishment for some theft and drug crimes. And
yeah,
so that's the
that
one
must be
that's the one he was just talking about.
Let's go back to the 80s. Sounds great.
Well, that's the one he was just talking about. He doesn't have the bandwidth to campaign against, but he would he hopes people don't vote for it.
Listen, dude, Johnny, I told you this. There's a real belief that he is trying to kneecap Harris. We've talked about this.
I believe it, yeah.
He's trying to kneecap Harris So because he thinks his quickest way to the White House is another 4 years of Trump.
And it is. He's right, too.
Another
It is,
4
yeah.
years of camel toe. Nobody's going to vote for him. Nobody's going to want more Democrat shit.
Tell you which one of these looks like it. California Democrats at odds.
I think
says it will bring back mass. What is it?
We're getting into the home stretch before
Mass
the election
incarceration,
here,
is that-
and
Yeah.
we've done a ton of fundraising.
Good.
Senate
Yeah,
candidates
people
for
should be in jail who are
Senate
committing crimes.
Are there particular state ballot measures that you're planning to get really involved on? And specifically, if you could weigh in
This
on
guy is a scumbag.
support
Sucks,
that
dude.
policy. Are you planning to campaign against?
I'm going to do what I can. I got 991 things that are in front of me first. And that's the number of bills, quite literally, 991.
Can I just say that tells me he knows it's probably going to lose, and he doesn't want to have his name on campaigning against it. Wow.
Oh, he thinks it's not going to win?
I think he thinks it's going to win,
And
and
he
he
just
doesn't want to
doesn't want to be associated with-
He
yeah.
doesn't want to take an L, basically.
yeah.
That are coming to my desk. I think we have about 100 that I'll start going through starting tomorrow and Friday. So it's an enormous task, that alone.
I mean, dude, you've almost been recalled twice.
So, look, I don't know the answer to that question, but Prop 36 is bring us back to the 1980s.
There it is. Yeah.
It's about mass incarceration, not mass treatment. What an insult. I mean, what an actual insult it is to say it's about mass treatment when there's not $1 attached to it, not $1 attached to it. And I hope there's some accountability to those that are asserting that.
By the way, what he's saying is that he hasn't properly run the system for corrections and funded it. Because if the system for correction was funded with mental health stuff, then it would be good to put these people to jail. But he's admitting, like, hey, I failed to develop, the correction
100%.
system.
Take all that homeless money that you've just wasted on administrative costs.
Pissed it away.
Dude, just cut all the administrative costs.
He sucks, dude.
Right? He sucks.
He's ruined this state. I mean, just driven this state. And you can blame it on COVID, but it's a lot. Dude, there are plenty of states that came out of COVID way better than... I was just in one, man.
You could blame it on COVID, but it's like, all the outlaws left, and it's just conformist here. I mean, they just had a show at the Comedy Store the other night, comics for Kamala, or whatever her name is.
Who cares?
Right? And it's just some of those guys are my good friends. But it's like, you guys, I know one comic for a fact that was in that show was offering to bail out people who were getting arrested for Antifa and BLM. He was part of the defund the police.
Can you say who that is?
Patton Oswalt.
Of course. All right. What a scumbag.
Right?
That guy sucks.
He was throwing down money on it. And now you're running for the lady that locked up more black people than anybody in the history of California.
So hypocritical.
And let a black man sit on death row knowing he was innocent because she didn't want to take the L.
Can you imagine them having a Trump event at a comedy club in LA? I mean, get real.
And then I saw somebody when she was talking to the Oprah and that disastrous
So crazy.
disastrous
Yeah.
interview. She just is so bad. It really makes you wonder if she's throwing it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I think that if it wasn't for the debate where she held her own, in her way,
let's clarify
with help,
she just didn't shit the bed.
exactly. That's it.
Wouldn't you agree that her performance in that debate was better than her performance with Oprah? When Oprah is
Absolutely.
making faces going, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
When she's like, we are the people that believe in the people. And by believing in the people, and you go, oh, dude, you're really on drugs.
Here's some of it right here, I think. Here we go.
Right? This is...
Americans, we are an optimistic people.
Look at their crazy face.
We are an optimistic people. Americans.
Stop. So, Dane Cook, way back in the day, his style used to be, it's not anymore, and I love Dane Cook, but his style used to be the humor would be repeating the word in a different way each time, and people would just laugh at how many times he's I'm just
he made
walking.
an art of that.
I'm walking. Look at me, I'm just walking walking down the street. Everybody's just walking, right? And everybody oh yeah, I said walking 1,000 times. He was great. He was a master of it, right? Yeah. That's what she does. We're people. people who need people. Okay,
Which in her case is her wheels are spinning, trying to think of the next
and
thing.
dude, I've been there. Where is the word?
Yeah.
It's not coming. Because I got soup in my head.
Yeah.
She's literally drowned in her brain in drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
She's got to be on, allegedly, pills
Oh, she acts like it.
and alcohol. And the people, we are people who are people. And you're like, okay. All right, sounds good. Go on. So,
She's so crazy.
look at her. She's like, where
By
are you going?
character are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible.
That's my
We
favorite part.
believe in
All
what-
the Zooms up there trying to act like the room is packed. Like, dude,
it's the craziest thing.
so bad.
It's
Look
gross.
at that,
can
dude.
be. And
If you're listening at home, it's just a giant wall of little Zoom people, made it to look like it's going to infinity.
Like, it's just
but
like,
really-
oh my God, this is an arena. Look at this. They're trying to make it look like Shane Gillis is playing in there, right?
Yeah.
we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are. We are an optimistic.
Yeah,
What did you just say?
Nothing. She
You
spent
said
a minute saying
nothing.
nothing at all.
If words cost money, you would be filing for bankruptcy right now. Just bankruptcy.
I think this is where Oprah has a reaction here to it too.
Yeah, it's towards the end of
We
it.
love our country. I love our country. I know we all do.
She's
That's
just
why I've got
finger
here right
blasting
now.
that
We love
mic.
our
Like, yeah.
We take pride.
What
in
is the chance of
privilege
that not being all
American.
vodka right there?
Yeah.
And this is a moment where we can and must come together as Americans,
What is she doing, dude?
understanding we have so much more.
She's
in
like, and then the people in the church.
Yeah, she's doing that whole thing. If you're listening, she's got her fingers interlocked in this
This
bizarre
is
way.
the
It's-
roof. This is the steeple. Open up the door. There are the people. That's what she's doing.
It really
right
is.
there.
Yeah.
and what separates us. Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people.
All right, that's the part we just.
But
We are
no,
an
they got to
optimistic
show her
people.
face. But
Americans,
she's like, what?
by character, are people who have dreams,
Yeah,
expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom
Look at how Oprah's
to be
sitting.
safe from gun
Oprah's just
violence.
like, look at her.
freedom
Yeah, she's
to
like,
have
what the fuck?
She's like,
balance.
is it?
Is anybody buying this
Yeah.
shit?
She looked down. She goes, is this going well?
Are you guys buying this shit?
Freedom to be who you
She's like,
are. and
I used to
be
interview transsexual vampires.
I had Tom Cruise on this very couch, and I got
love
this.
openly and with pride. Freedom to just be.
Okay, this is
so
so great.
crazy.
And dude, she's got her famous earrings on right now.
Oh yeah, her video,
her earrings.
her radio earrings.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
moment
That she wears it every
Understand
time.
knowing what we are fighting for. We're not fighting against.
Crazy. She's so crazy.
It's what we're fighting
Look at that. The lesbian back there loved it.
for.
Yeah, and she's just like, yes, yes. Of course,
By the
the
way, you look
lesbian.
at it's interesting. Oprah gives an actual handshake, and she gives that dainty little. Don't you hate it when somebody gives you?
No,
like,
she gives
these
the
fingers like
Freemason
this?
hand.
Yeah,
Shake.
yeah.
Oh, Divine Nine, bitch.
I hate that weird fish.
Yeah, it's just
fish
like, and
handshake.
when did at some point Oprah convince you because she's fat, she's blue collar, right?
Yeah,
that's really
totally.
it.
That's
She's
what it
like,
is.
I'm
Yeah.
like you, I'm fat.
Yeah. I mean, other than my huge Hollywood career and my millions and millions and millions of dollars.
I mean,
I'm
like,
just
what
you.
is Oprah's record against diets? Like, how many diets has she defeated? Like, what? She's literally the heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I mean, she looks okay now. I have to say, I
Dude,
mean,
yeah, I would look okay too if I had billions of
Yeah,
dollars.
it's like, did you see that tweet Elon
and I
put
had
out?
fucking virgin horse hair in my head. Look at that.
Did you see that tweet Elon put out today? It was somebody had a compilation of him and his net worth over the years, and he's like, it's amazing what billions of dollars will do for your hairline, because you can see he's like almost bald.
Yeah.
When he's got like $30,000 to his
Yeah.
name, and now he's got a full head of beautiful
I
hair.
bet you he's had talked about that weird frame he has, which is basically the Cybertruck. his Cybertruck is built like his body.
You're so right, dude.
That's not me. I saw it in a meme.
Yeah, no,
but yeah.
He's got that barrel chest.
Yeah, just really crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, we could watch more of this, but it's just the same psycho shit.
But she did better in the debate.
Way better
than she did in that. Like, she shits the bed right there, and she's in like panic mode.
No, well, I think what happened when you saw the debate. What happens if she has a lot of time to rehearse and prepare? You know, like she rehearsed every question because she knew the question.
You know what that was, Johnny?
Know.
That was her 1 hour special.
Yeah, exactly.
She'd been working that material for weeks and weeks and weeks.
And this is her first gig after she put out the special.
Yeah, and now she's like, I gotta go do. Nothing people hate more than having to start brand new with new jokes.
She just had to do an hour with new material.
100%. And then speaking of specials, October 15th, why is everybody getting quiet? Special drops.
Can't wait.
We're probably going to do sneak previews for the super fans and get it going. I gotta get on this, dude. I'm just overwhelmed with everything.
Where will people be able to get
So it's going to be on samtripoli.com, X, Rumble, and unfortunately a censored version on YouTube.
Why might you prefer the samtripoli.com version over the YouTube version?
Because it's like you get the good shit.
Uncensored,
the uncut shit.
Uncut, uncensored.
Censored real shit.
The YouTube shit is stepped on, baby. It's got baby powder.
Well, dude, it's just like you got to play the game there. Yeah. I'm in the demographic that they don't like to promote. So it's like
sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it just nobody's going to care because they're all living the best life.
The cool thing is Rumble's starting it slowly. We're creeping up our numbers. Broken Sam, especially in Rumble, like
Rumble's great.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck. Johnny here. It's 3 a.m. I just finished editing the episode. I'm about to upload it. This is my normal plea. If you would, just take a second, if you haven't, to review the show in whatever app you're in. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're listening to it, you can also download it if you want to help us game the algorithm a little bit. It's very helpful. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And if you want to get the show early, people on Patreon have already heard the show. Same with Rockfin. It's patreon.com/Broken Simulation. Rockfin, Broken Simulation there as well. You also get the video early with like 15, 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes of extra footage. Anyway, if you don't do any of that, we still appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
So Johnny, what else? Oh, are you watching Bad Monkey?
I love it.
I love Bad Monkey. Do you like Bad Monkey?
I think Vince Vaughn. The guy is criminally underused by Hollywood because of his politics.
100%.
He's one of the great comedy actors of his generation.
And you watch it and you go, this dude's back has to be hurting because he's carrying this show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
he is. And listen, it's not that the people on the show aren't good. Rob Delaney is great. He plays that great character. He's crushing it. It's a good show, but he's just on another level.
Completely. Yeah.
It's kind of like when you go down to Y and like a G League guy comes in and just houses everybody. Yep. But just now imagine if like Michael Jordan came in and was playing pickup basketball with you.
Yeah, he's like that guy from SNL whenever they're in a scene together. It's just like Vince Vaughn just dancing circles around him. Like
Vince Vaughn is insane. He's insanely good, and they let him do his thing. I am shocked at points where the writing just seems to veer off into nothing. And you go, why did that happen right there? Why would you do what is the purpose of that?
You can tell it lacks focus, but I one of the funniest things
it seems like the writers are writing in a way where this is their first job. Like there's just
you can tell they don't have the primo people doing it in the
Well, the thing is like I as a guy who's functionally illiterate and actually wrote scripts and you go, why was that in there? Why are these people hooking up? What is the purpose of this? But the show is awesome.
I love it
because Vince Vaughn is fire.
He carries it completely, like you said. One of the funniest things they do though is somebody's finally fucked with that form of the recap. Have you ever listened to it's like the guy will be like, what? First episode, you're already skipping the fucking recap, and then by the second episode, he'll be like, "It's 2 episodes. What the fuck do you need a recap for?" It's so funny, bro.
It's great though. It's great. It's great. It's fun.
I am curious though who writes that show.
So, Johnny, one of the things that Dana noticed was that they had an intimacy director. I think it is
intimacy coordinator.
And you knew where it came in because Vince Vaughn had a love scene.
In the shower.
Nope, a different time.
Okay.
And she had her bra on after they boned. And you're
It's
like,
always
where does that happen?
Never. Nobody ever.
Tits out first.
That one, the woman that plays his ex-wife, though, I've always thought she was beautiful.
That storyline makes no sense to me.
Her being in the show is almost like extraneous, like unnecessary.
It's just like we gotta get some white chick in here. I don't know. We gotta do it.
It doesn't make.
And
a lot
that's
of sense.
just an apple. It's like, is everybody welcomed? Yeah. And then there's just the black chick is so hot. Right?
Also, you could do without even that island guy and the monkey. Really aren't necessary to the story.
Or the gay couple. Or like there's so you could just shed everything here.
Yeah.
But Vince Vaughn should be like, okay, can I get more money? Let's cut half the staff, which he would never do.
But you can kind of imagine what happened, right? They had this script.
Yeah.
And then they were like, listen, we got to get some minorities in here.
100%.
So they came up with this whole B plot that they kind of weaved throughout this story that already existed with the Islanders and the black people and the witch.
100%.
Don't get me wrong, that witch is beautiful. And when I saw she was married to a white guy,
so
I was
hot.
like, yes, white
She
man.
is so hot. Once you go white, your credit gets right. Come on now. Come on.
She's had a baby too with that body. I mean, that's good for her.
Yeah, she's
Applause
hot,
to
dude.
her.
She is
I'm
so
saying
hot.
it right now. Good for you.
It's
lady.
just there's no better way to move up the financial and social ladders in the world than being a beautiful person. Like
Absolutely.
Symmetrical face is the most powerful thing on the planet.
She's in that Star Wars show, that terrible acolyte. She's
yeah,
like
everyone
the chief
said
witch.
it.
Yeah,
Everybody said it. So Johnny, I'm about to make a statement.
it's a podcast. That would make sense.
I'm going to make a statement, and it might shock you to your core.
Okay,
Okay?
I'm ready.
Let's call this segment Sam Goes Out on a Ledge.
Okay.
Okay? Here it is. The show Presumed Innocent is one of the greatest television shows I've ever seen in my life. And for one season. Okay? One of the greatest show. This is how good the show is. It keeps you going up to the last 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Of the first season. I mean, dude, it's crazy. I mean, Dana and I banged that out in 2 days.
It's a great binge watch. Yeah, for sure.
I thought it was, I've never seen a show. I mean, like, obviously you have your Breaking Bads and your, what else? We got Game of Thrones. Those are
Sopranos.
Those are Sopranos.
The
those
Wire.
But dude, I'm sorry,
Men.
bro. This show is right up there, dude, in terms of suspense. I mean, I was blown away how, like, I was just sucked in on this.
Can I ask you something?
Jump.
Now, you didn't, because this was kind of or mainly I don't know if I influenced Danielle so much. I don't know if she actually thinks this, but you didn't think Gyllenhaal and his wife were like weird, like for that role? Like he didn't seem like off as that person to you?
Well, I'm always wary
man.
of Gyllenhaal because he's just like a rich kid actor.
Yeah, and he seems like that in that role.
And
as a family man.
they have him doing like Black Hawk Down stuff, and then it's like I just can't.
Well, did you not feel that way? Because I felt that way about this. Like it's like a punk kid who's playing a family man, and it's just I didn't buy it.
I mean,
I like the show. Don't get me wrong, but to me that held it back.
He played the character well because there was snobbishness.
Because that was like in the movie.
There were
this is
moments
based
where
on
like
a movie and a book, right?
Yeah, Harrison Ford, right?
Harrison Ford was perfect for that. He plays that kind of guy perfectly.
Yeah, I felt like it was just amazing, and it's almost Johnny. It's almost a Seinfeld type show where they just surrounded him with phenomenal actors that just were. I mean, like his lawyer,
The guy that he's against, the other lawyer,
he's
is
so great.
So, what did you think about? At first, I was like, this guy's voice is so weird. The black guy who's his enemy, kind of the boss.
Well, he looks.
But he's great. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? He's great.
Who's the guy that played the dude who blew his brains out in Full Metal Jacket? Are we allowed to say that on YouTube, by the way?
Yeah, spoilers for a movie that came out fucking 4
No,
years.
but can we say?
I got you. Yeah, maybe.
Vince.
D'Onofrio? No. Oh, is it? No. Hold on.
He literally looks like a black photocopy of that guy when he was young.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio. I was
Yeah.
right. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Great actor. That guy reminded me so much out in the way who talks
yeah
like
no,
this.
you're totally right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah.
what's
No, I
going
got
on
you.
here?
Yeah. That guy plays Kingpin, D'Onofrio and
Oh, can we get into that? But I just got to say, if you haven't watched Presumed Innocent on Apple TV, and I'm going to be honest with you,
I recommend it.
I feel like Apple TV is slowly pulling away from everybody, like in terms of the level of their product. I mean, I'm sorry, dude.
Because they got infinite money to spend and not make it back.
But it's just like for some reason, like
Dark Matter was great.
You don't realize how woke it is until it's too late.
That's the best
They don't
entertainment.
beat you over with. It's like they slow roll it out, and they do it in every show. You're like, it starts out super normal, and then out of nowhere, here's a trans.
And
like
you kind of don't notice it until
it's too late.
That's how they get it in.
Like Hijack, dude. You didn't realize
that show was great. Too.
4 episodes in, you're like, this is a story of white terrorists hijacking Middle Eastern planes,
So stupid. Dude.
right?
Yeah. They're really the Apple is doing what would you say, kind of like pop entertainment, where it's not deep necessarily, but it's pure entertainment.
Listen,
it's just like popcorn.
It's not. It's like in between It's in between.
It's like Gone Girl.
Breaking Bad and ABC. It's that
Yeah,
in between
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like, okay, there's some grit here, but it's still poppy.
Appeals to everybody. Anyway.
So that was it, man. Thought it was great.
I agree with you.
Loved
Yeah.
it. Loved it. Thought it was. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. Now, here's another. Sam Tripoli goes out on the ledge. Why do we need Colin Farrell playing a fat, ugly person?
It doesn't make any
like
sense.
there are so many fat, ugly people who want to work as actors that don't need 40 hours of makeup to get into character. They just show up. They just get stuck on the 405 with their car that doesn't have air conditioning, sweating their balls off, and they're ready to play the Penguin. We don't need a good-looking guy that's been banging tens his whole life and had a drinking problem, so he just banged even old ladies, and everyone thought he was brave. You remember that? He was like hitting on old actresses, and everyone's like, he's just so brave. You're like, no, dude, he's bored.
That's another Apple TV show that was great, by the way. Sugar. Did you watch Sugar?
No.
I won't say a word about it because it's got a huge twist, but highly recommend it. He's like a private detective.
Oh, he's in it?
He's kind of like a Ray Donovan type. Yeah.
You remember when he
It's
did
great.
Miami Vice? They
Terrible.
effed that up. They
it's
should have made that funny.
By the way, you know who would have been great playing Penguin? Vincent D'Onofrio. There's another guy, big fat guy, ugly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let him do it.
Yeah. There's so many guys out there that would have been perfect for that.
But we got to make him look ugly.
Yeah, we got to take good-looking people because some casting director wants to be near his meat.
Think about that. Now you got to go through. You got to have a budget for makeup all day, and a guy who's got to come in 3 hours early to put a
And
face
like,
on.
is Colin Farrell that great of an actor? Have we always been like, bro, like, is he a Brad Pitt type? Brad Pitt can play ugly people well.
He's good though. He's good. But
You remember
probably
when
not
like
that good.
they convinced us that Brad Pitt was playing gritty in Fight Club when he was just phenomenal gay shape, and we are all homos for like
Dude,
2 hours.
He had frosted tips in that.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You know?
And we were all just like
Yeah.
for like 2 hours. We were just like, I'm a man, but I'd suck his.
Even Edward Norton was.
Yeah, everyone was like everybody was gay for Brad Pitt during Fight Club,
What a good movie that
right?
was.
You're like, yeah, dude, I'd hit it. I'd let him hit it.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best movies in the 90s.
Well, you ever hear that? Who was in it? Who was telling me the story? They told the story that it was one of the people in Fight Club, and they were watching it was at a festival, and it was people were getting up and booing it.
When it came out back
Yeah,
then?
when it was like doing the festival circuit. And Brad Pitt leaned over and goes, "This is the greatest movie I've ever done in my life." And he just walks
That's
up.
awesome. That's great. Dude.
It was so classic.
Wonderful movie, yeah. That's one of those movies. Anytime it came on back in the old days when we couldn't watch anything we wanted at any time. Anytime that movie came on TV,
Yeah.
dude, you were stuck.
You had
there
to
for
work
however
your
much-
schedule around
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's actually ridiculous.
Because you had to watch those buildings fall at the end. You
We were
like, I
all
gotta get
gay
to that.
for Brad Pitt, a whole nation of homos.
I got to get to the Pixie
Yeah,
song.
people are like, "Oh my God, this country is getting so gay." No, the gayest America ever was when Fight Club came out.
right there.
If they would have ran,
Look at that.
No, get the one with the shirt off. so we can just
Okay.
full Momo, dude.
There we go. Right
That was our gayest moment. At this scene came out, we were all fudge packers.
Look at that guy looking at his ass on the left there. Look at it.
this dude.
On the left. Look, he's looking right at his ass.
Yeah. But that guy's like thirsty. He's like trying to look tough. He's got Asian nipples.
This
He's
guy's
like,
trying-
I'm
he's
so
like-
gay right now.
He's like, look at his abs, bro.
Yeah. Everybody was gay. Everybody. Don't let your kids watch Fight Club. They'll turn gay as shit.
Look at Leto. Jared
Yeah.
Leto. Wow.
Jared Leto, just a young gay man at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's the one that got the shit beat out of him. Like,
How
really
long
bad,
do you
right?
think that till they redo this movie?
Please don't.
But this was the beginning of woke Hollywood taking over, because you remember the reviews were horrible. Everybody hated it.
Fight Club? Really?
Yeah, they were just like, this is fucking male chauvinist bullshit.
Really?
Yeah.
They're bad. No, there's not bad reviews for Fight Club.
I think there were bad reviews for Fight Club.
They must have revised them. Like, I bet you it's
fact checking me?
Oh, I just can't believe that. 80%. You're right. It should be way better than that. Yeah, you're 100% right, because that's really low for a classic like this. 80%. I guarantee you, and a lot of them went back and like changed their reviews because they realized how stupid they are. Roger Ebert gave it 2 out of 4 stars. He's probably my favorite critic of all time, and he whiffed on this.
Dude, you cannot find the clip of
What now?
when Saturday Night Live did Roger Ebert at the movies, but they were critiquing gay porn. It is the funniest sketch.
I think we found that. Yeah,
no,
we showed
you
it.
can't find
I
it.
think we found it.
No, it never played.
No, we found it because
We
you
did
said
not.
that, and then I found it.
Yeah, no, I'll bet
If
you
I've-
$5 right now. You can't find
Okay.
the video. It's on
What?
Saturday.
It was on SNL, right?
Yeah, and it had the guy who got killed, Phil Hartman, in it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, we got an hour and 13 minutes left. What do you want to do now? What does the
Is this it
producer
right here?
Johnny want to do? That might, it's a possibility, but I remember them in. Oh, that's why they got rid of it, because it said underage delivery boy.
So I just found it. That's what happened here.
Oh, do I have to? I've been working 10
Stanny
hours already.
DeVito. So
Yeah,
creepy. That's great. Wow.
you can't find. That's so.
We just found it.
I know.
It took me 30 seconds.
Okay, John.
And I'm pretty sure this exact scene that happens on this show happened like 20 episodes ago where you said I couldn't find it, and then I
That
found
was
it.
the funniest shit.
It is funny, though. It's really funny. It's so funny. SNL used to actually be funny. You
Yeah,
forget
and
about
then
that
the woke
sometimes.
shit happened, and now it's like we're celebrating our 50th year. You're like, nobody cares.
You know, it really parallels with me. What happened with Rolling Stone with Jan Winter? You had the
course.
same thing happen with Lauren Michaels. As they got older,
Dude.
they feared losing their empire and losing their influence in culture, so they had to conform.
Yeah,
and they ruined their
well,
product.
it's like they're really afraid of losing their money and their gig, and
That's
their,
it, yeah.
and you know, it's like when Bill Simmons instantly gets fired on HBO because he won't take notes. That lets you know why Bill Maher says stupid stuff on his show.
Yeah, it really
right?
does. doesn't
I
it?
mean, like Bill Maher. How much money does Bill Maher need?
He's getting his what you call a pirate ship ready now with his podcast. He's really getting behind that.
I love it, this podcast, because he brings on people that just kick his dick in.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
really-
he likes that, dude. I think he likes it.
Yeah. So you know, you're just seeing that. I mean, like, so you had this. Did you see the a Paramore chick who was
Haley something?
who was going off on about Agenda 2025.
What was she saying?
She's
stupid.
like, it will take away the rights of women, gays, minorities, blah blah blah.
she's an idiot.
And so they make it into this really big moment, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, I didn't think I could love her anymore," right? Just like over and over and over again, all this bullshit, right? So then you go back and you watch it, and somebody filmed it from the side. She's reading off a script.
Oh wait, we have to watch it. Was that on Twitter?
Go on Sam Tripoli. I mean, dude,
It's
so
on your
deep.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's on my Twitter.
What's her name? Haley something, right?
Haley, yeah.
What's her?
Haley Williams or something like that.
That's
hot
She's
garbage.
beautiful,
Hot garbage.
Yeah, garbage but hot.
Project 2025 is Donald Trump's playbook for controlling and punishing women, poor people, people of color, and the LGBTQ plus community. It is time for all Americans to band together and to finally defeat the Trump agenda. And the only way to do that is by confronting him at the polls. Do you want to live in a dictatorship? Well, show up and vote!
Oh my God.
God, that's so psycho, dude.
Then go to the next one. And
By the way, did you notice this is on iHeartRadio with the hundreds of millions of listeners that Larry Gators has?
Larry Gators and Paramore just look at this.
Yeah, dude, this is so funny.
Project 2025 is Donald Trump's playbook for controlling and punishing.
It's so sad.
It's not even a teleprompter. It's literally a guy holding keyboards.
Yeah, it's so sad.
God, that's funny, dude.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
That's rock and roll right there.
That
buddy.
is rock and roll. I just want to say something to all the woke people, all the woke bands, and all the woke comedians. God bless you. I still love you. I don't know who Paramore is. Yeah, I'm old. I don't know who they are. All right? I don't know who they are.
Not
But
great.
to all the comics, I still love you. Some of you are my best friends. I love you. Okay? I love you. But you're literally sticking up for and defending the George Bush death cult that has been in power for the last 44 years. Since Ronald Reagan's first day in office, it has been George Bush death cult. You are not raging against the machine. You are literally defending and propping up the permanent state.
Completely.
It's completely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's sad. 40 years.
Look who's standing beside you. You know what I mean? And this, you're arm in arm with some of the biggest pieces
Dick
of shit
Cheney,
in history.
Eric Waters. I mean, like, dude, all the people you hated in the early 2000s. The early 2000s, you, maybe not Haley because she was probably 4 at that time or whatever, however old she is, right? You know?
I think she's about my age.
Really? She's in her mid-30s?
Yeah, I would think so. Something like that. She is 35, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to tell you, dude, most of you comedians, the 2002 you would be disgusted by the 2024 you and who you are fucking stumping for. Who you are stumping for the woman that locked up more black people than anybody in the history of California. That's who you're stumping for right now. Simply because there's a D by her name. That's it. Yeah. And I get it. You want to hate Trump? Hate Trump. Hate him. I don't care. Doesn't bother me at all. I get it. There's a lot to hate.
It's not the first time, though. They sold out with Obama, and that guy killed more innocent people with drones than any president in history.
Dude, that was the greatest psyop ever ran, dude. If you study that, dude, they planned that perfectly, dude.
What do you mean, like him being introduced at the DNC the time before, the cycle before? Is that
well, it's like America hates all these old white men. So who do you have walking in? Good-looking, young, black guy, closeted gay, right? And he's going up against Bob Dole, right? He goes up against Bob Dole, I think.
No,
he goes up against what's
Bob
his
Dole's
face?
a Republican.
Yeah, but dude, who did Obama go? Who are the two people Obama
In
went
the
up
primary?
against? No, in the general.
And the general was in the general he had McCain.
It was McCain, and who was the second one? Was it Bob Dole?
No, Bob Dole was
way
ran,
earlier,
ran
right?
against like Clinton.
Oh no, it was Mitt Romney, right?
Yeah, Romney, right?
So it's like two old white guys, and Mitt Romney was younger.
No, he was old. He just looked better, but he was like 70 or 65 or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like you ran him up against what everybody hated at that time. That now they cheer those guys. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because Mitt Romney's 77 now. You're right. It's crazy. Yeah.
They ran it perfectly. They got old McCann with his weird ass T-Rex arm.
Who's could not be
a
more
bigger
of
scumbag.
a military industrial sellout.
Yeah,
Totally.
You remember that time where his family were doing terrorist threats against me?
What now?
Don't you remember that? I was doing Tucson, and the McCain family were promising guns, bombs, and violence.
I have no idea about that.
You didn't know that? There
What
was
is
like
that?
a whack job in the family. That was like, this guy's been calling out my family. Just wait till your show and see who shows up. I'm like, wow.
When was that?
The first time Eddie and I went on the road together
That's kind of
in Tucson.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see anything weird or nothing?
No,
happened?
nothing.
Nothing at all. Yeah, that's how it is with most of those people, right?
Yeah.
Nothing
And
ever
then
happened.
she got kicked off Twitter because she was making terrorist threats.
Oh, it was a woman.
Yeah.
You don't see terrorist threats from women.
You don't
that
see a
much.
lot of terrorist threats from women. They
No.
tend to internalize.
Yeah, and now if you do, it's usually AI.
Which is hilarious. Johnny, I'm driving over here. We'll get into my life now since Johnny's turns into a news show. We're driving over here, and it basically the billboard said, report every fuckboy you see. And it was a dating app.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Have you seen that?
I know about it. Yeah.
And it just makes me laugh because if it went the other way, people would lose their skulls.
You slut shaming.
If you said report every whore you've ever seen, people would lose their minds. And it just lets you know who runs society. It is not men. Women run society. The fact that anybody thinks that's a proper marketing scheme is hilarious. And it's never going to change, ever. You'll never get to change. Because women will always bond together against men until they have sons, and then they flip.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it?
Right? It's kind of crazy. So anyways, Johnny, I don't know if you know this, but I am very famous with about 10 people. I have 10 fans out there, and they love me, and I'm very blessed that they love me. And I don't know how to handle fans, right?
Okay.
I'm not good with it.
It's not natural, to be fair.
Well, they come up to me. They're like, "Oh, I'm a huge fan of yours," and then I feel this immense pressure to realize their version of me.
I got you. Yeah.
So I end up just talking their ears off, and then they find reasons to leave. So I'm the only one who runs off their fans by just
They
not.
wanted a Sam Tripoli experience, and they got too much of it.
Yeah, they got another podcast, a free podcast.
Okay, dude.
So
Gotta go
they're
now.
like, dude, gotta go. I feel so bad. I give them my number. I'm like, take my number, dude. They're like, what? I'm like, take my number. So here's a new thing that's happening.
That's so funny.
Here's the new thing that's happening. Fans of mine are going on dates with fans of mine and calling me up to impress their chicks. You know who did that? Luis J. Gomez called me up. He's like, hey, Sam. I'm like, what's up, Luis? He's like, there's this big-titted chick here. She's a huge fan of yours, and I'm just trying to impress her. I go, what?
That's so funny.
He goes, hey, here, meet her. Hi, Sam. I'm such a big fan of yours. Thank you. Are you ever going to come to Virginia Beach? I'm like, I'm working on it. I would love it. You're so great. Okay. All right, dude, gotta go. I go, hey, I can't co-sign on this guy's dick game. I can't. I got like 10 fans. Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, I can't take responsibility.
Please don't fuck my fans. Okay?
That's so funny.
You do it wrong, I'll lose their friendship forever.
This is not an endorsement.
This is not.
What is it? People put in their Twitter profiles. Retweets do not
Yeah.
equal endorsements.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I give my number out all the time.
It's a lot easier for me because anybody who recognizes me is a fan of my friend, not of me. So I can just be like, yeah, Sam's a great guy. He's just like you see.
Johnny, people recognize you?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. It happened in Vegas a couple weeks ago. I told you about it. Guy worked there. I named him Paul, I believe was his name.
Dude,
Great
I had fans at Spearmint Rhino. They would be like, anytime you want to come, bro. I'm like, don't do that, bro. And it's so funny. Last time, so I had a fan at Spearmint Rhino. He's like, I'll set you guys up. Take good care of you. So I bring a bunch of comics. Me, a guy my age, white guy, and a black comic. Just gonna be honest with you, black comics broke.
Okay.
asking to borrow money to get dances.
Oh, I guess.
Who do all the strippers want?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, do you guys have any? Do you have 6 cents on who has the money?
What's the suggestion there? That they
The
just they don't
suggestion
care?
is hit on the guy with the money.
But they don't
Make
care
him.
about that.
They don't care. They don't care.
that's bad
They're like,
business,
I'm
though.
going to work you and then have your children that I'll raise by myself.
They all think they must be hoping for Nick Cannon, is what it is. 'Cause he's just-
Yeah, I mean, do you know? So I've been watching a lot of these, Johnny. Dude, I've been watching a lot of custody cases.
Where?
On YouTube.
Okay.
I want to send you something. I want you to tell me if you think this is a real custody case, because I was really buying into it, and then this one made me go, I don't know. I don't know if what you're telling me is.
I have a feeling about 90% of the shit you watch and think is real.
Johnny, please stop. Okay, that's not cool.
I can tell by the thumbnail it's not real.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad acting face already. I have a great sixth sense for people acting.
Oh, by the way, can we watch Tim Dillon's new trailer?
I have it. Yeah.
Can we watch it while you're looking this up?
Yeah, I have it. I pulled it for this week
Speaking
already.
of great TV, I mean, is that guy a brilliant or genius?
Both.
Is he a brilliant genius?
He's a brilliant. Here it is. Tim Dillon, Netflix. I already pulled it.
Can we make a thing? Please, Tim Dillon, do not do Ozempic.
Yeah, oh, I thought you meant
do not do Ozempic.
Do not make us take this down.
They're gonna make you take it down. It's a trailer.
Yeah,
We can't even show
Netflix is naughty though. But let's just play it anyway, and then it'll be a exclusive for whatever.
Springer show.
Okay, I like that idea.
I think he's brilliant.
It's so smart. Yeah, I mean, what time has demanded it more than now? It's going to be clippable. People are going to have little clips of it. Like, look at this crazy bitch. You know, you get passed around TikTok everywhere. It's
So
really
Johnny,
smart.
Tim Dillon's killing it. I'm on the edge of questioning whether I ever want to do stand up ever again. Okay, that's just me. That's who. Oh, here it is, dude.
So this is 100% fake. But let's go.
Election, the Great White Hope gets elected. I thought our household would be happy about it.
Yeah, it's fake.
I find out I'm married to a libtard, and she starts going off the handle, and like.
In fact, I can even tell this back here is green screen. Past this right here, they're not in a court. This is green.
I think they're not. I'm pretty sure they're in the court.
No,
I've been watching this
is
forever.
green
She's
screen.
just partying and.
Look,
doing
see it moving. Watch it move a little bit. Watch it. It's like not stable. Watch this right here. Watch this kind of.
Eventually, she's just partying and doing all this nonsense and gets on H, smack like a loser.
I think
and
it's
goes
real.
off the rails, leaves me. We got 2 kids, 2 and 5-year-olds, and just leaves me to take care of these kids. So okay, I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay, so now we're getting into the important part of your story.
No, it's clear. This is bad acting. This is fake.
She's
What do you mean?
great.
I'm giving you backstory. Isn't that
It's
what
bad
you
acting.
hear? Don't you need context?
Yeah, but all
Yeah,
the
he's
name
acting.
calling and
Name calling.
jabs.
I'm just telling you. I'm giving you context. Okay. This idiot needs to go to.
Okay, you will refer to her by her name. What is your name?
Martha.
You will refer to
Nice
her
haircut,
as
Martha.
Martha.
She will not be
has
a
heroin
libertard,
problem.
whatever you said.
A liberturd.
A libertard.
Her to rehab, which cost $20,000.
Okay.
That was all of our savings, all of our money. Supposed to be the kids' college fund, but I figure the kids aren't going to go to college if they have a mom on heroin. Pretty bad example. So let's get it
But
situated.
she got the help, right?
Yeah, she got the help.
Okay, so
she
that's
joined
what's
the cult.
important.
She drank the Kool-Aid. She stayed longer than her stint.
Here we
Met
go.
some guy named-
From her YouTube channel, all episodes include actors.
Oh, really?
From her YouTube page about section, a courtroom-based TV show involving cases with issues related to child support / spousal support in Texas. All episodes include actors. Vonda Bailey is not a real judge. She is a licensed attorney in the state of Texas who primarily handles cases involving child support and spousal support.
Oh, you just shattered my world, Johnny.
I can't believe you can't tell that's fake.
I'm just sad and I want to cry. All right, Johnny,
My part, the part that bugs me even more than that is this guy's doing reaction videos to some fake YouTube channel of child support.
Yeah, and he's killing it.
No, he's got 8,000 subscribers. He's doing all right.
I bet you he thinks it's real.
Oh, of course he does. Yeah.
I bet you he thinks it's real. So my friends had an event in town. They were a conspiracy show. I'm not going to get into the details of that. But a bunch of my friends showed up there, and they were like, okay, yeah, it was great, but we want to go. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do stand up. I got a spot in Long Beach at the Laugh Factory, and I hadn't had a spot there in a long time, and I don't know why, but I hadn't, and it was good to go back because I love.
What do you
Long
mean?
Beach.
You've been calling in and weren't getting booked?
I wasn't getting booked, and they were like, "We're trying to get people out to Long Beach." I'm like, "I'll go." So they booked me. I go out there. A buddy of mine's like, "Hey man, we're in town. Can we come watch a show?" I'm like, "It's in Long Beach, dude." He's like, "We don't care. We're coming." So he comes out, he drives out, I put him on the gas, he comes in. I go up there, I crush. I have a great set. It's a weird show, but I do really well. I thoroughly enjoyed the gig. A fan came up to me. "Oh my God, we're huge fans of yours." I'm like, "Thank you. You don't understand how crazy I am. Thank you for that." So my buddy is like, he's like, "Hey man, do you got a place for us to crash?" Basically. I'm like, okay.
Same guy that was at the show?
A different guy.
Okay.
The guy my buddies who were in town for a conspiracy event, they'd asked me earlier if I knew anywhere that they crash, and I'm like, abundance. You can crash at my place.
I
Right?
didn't know there was a conspiracy event. I would like to go.
Well, so the conspiracy event happens. They're like, "It's fine. We're going to go. We want to come see you perform." I'm like, "Okay, I'm in Long Beach, dude. It's pretty far. We don't care. We're coming." Okay. So they show up, and it's so funny because there's a cowboy event going on in Long Beach, which is, I couldn't think of a place farther from Western anything than Long Beach. It's Mexicans, blacks. I've never seen a cowboy hat out there. Everything's cowboy hats everywhere. Everyone's Tex-Mex enjoying. I'm like, okay, cool. The place was full. It was really great. Jeff Keefe goes up, crushes. I go up. I have a great set. So, I go, "Okay, you're going to come to my place?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Here's the directions. I'll see you later." We drive out. Dana's out doing some stuff. I drive back. They show up, and they come into my house. And I'm like, "Okay, like here you can sleep. You guys need water or anything, blah, blah, blah." I go to the kitchen, grab the water. I come out. He's got a gun on the couch. I go, whoa, what's going on here, dude? He goes, "Oh, I carry a gun. Is that okay?" I'm like, it's pretty late now. I mean, it's
Yeah.
right. I mean, didn't you tell me that before you asked? "Hey, dude, can I crash your house?" I carry a gun with me everywhere I go.
Yeah. That's not the way to find out, too. It's just seeing
walking
it.
in, I go, "Dude, you cannot let Dana see that gun. She'll beat the shit out of me, dude." And it's like, you're crashing at my house and you have a gun? Like, what world are you living in? Right? Like, have you met the guys who always have guns on them?
Yeah,
I'm like, where are we going, bro? Like, what do you think's going to happen?
It's so funny.
Now people are going, "Sam, I thought you were Second Amendment." Second Amendment for me with my guns in my house.
Yeah.
Right?
No, not your guns in my house.
Not your guns in my house. My guns in my house. You're just bringing a piece, putting it on the couch, then tell me about it?
That's not the move, no.
Yeah. It's like crazy to me. You're like, that's like saying you have like some kind of fucking infectious disease. You're like, "Hey, dude, listen, I got bleeding asshole disease. Don't get too close to me." Tell me that.
After he's already been on your couch for a couple hours.
Tell me that before you come to my house. And then I can decide whether I want you and your bleeding butthole in my house.
Yeah.
I was like, "It's cool, dude. I'll just leave." I'm like, "Well, you should tell me next time."
Handgun, like a pistol?
Yeah. Okay. It was a piece. Yeah. I'm like, "Where
are they
you
from California?
No, they drove in from Arizona.
So they're probably illegally carrying it then.
In California?
Yeah.
Yep. So anyways, it's a late night. I go to bed, right? Dana comes home. She's like, "Why is there somebody on our porch?" I go, "What?" Because he knew somebody was crashing here. I go, "What's going on?" I look out. It's my friend sitting on the couch, sitting on the porch. I'm like, "I don't know. Guess who's complaining about the guy sitting on my porch being loud? The guy sleeping in the van outside my house." It was like, he was telling Dana, "They woke me up." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm sorry.
You've got such a vibrant community
my
around
friend crashing on my couch with a gun is upset the guy sleeping in the van outside my house.
Yeah, don't get in an argument
What
with
is
him.
this, Sanford and Son? Like, what is going on here? Right?
Yeah.
It's like, tell me you have a gun before you show up. So I'm like, oh, please, Lord, do not let Dana find out about this gun. I'm going to have to hear the end of it. So he's brought somebody who's getting sober and clean, right? He'd been on a little run, let's just say.
Okay.
So I'm sleeping. I couldn't go to bed because I was put a Red Bull down at 10 o'clock at night.
That's a mistake.
That was a mistake. Couldn't go to bed till 3 a.m, fighting the urges for porn, right? And by the way, I'm just going to say this. I've never been more productive in my life than when I'm trying to fight watching porn.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right?
You'll do anything but that.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, I don't want to watch porn. What can I do? Let me clean the house.
And by the way,
let me learn Spanish. I'll learn Spanish. Mucho gusto. Right? Let me take jujitsu for the 4th time this week and my legs can't walk after that. Let's do that.
Those dark urges come so heavy at night, too. Once it's after midnight, dude.
Yeah, once you've gotten all your work done, you've worked out, you've written jokes, you've done all that stuff. Literally everything's done. You've watched Vince Vaughn on his show. Everything's done. There's nothing else to do except for watch people in their holes. Right?
Yeah, I relate.
So I'm trying not, I did want to try my hardest not to watch porn the whole night. I finally come to sleep. I finally get to sleep. Dana, like a bull in a china shop, comes in, wakes me up at 7 a.m. Sam, there's an issue. I go, what? What? They can't find their car. I go, what? Their car got stolen. I go, what? The car's stolen. And I'm like, oh my God, this gun's going to be in my house. Dana, it's a matter of time before the gun and Dana become friends, right? They're just going to know each other. I walk out and I'm like, what's going on, dude? Yeah, the car's gone. We parked it over here and it's not there anymore. I go, it's really crazy because literally the tow trucks, the cops, nothing ever shows up, ever. Nobody shows up. Nobody. They've never done street cleaning on my block since I've been there. Nobody comes around.
They don't have to do street sweeping for them to do that.
They don't have to do anything, dude. They do nothing there ever. I've seen a cop roll through there one time in the year that I've been there. I go, "Where's your car?" He goes, "I don't know."
Were they parked illegally?
They were like, "We're so tired, we just parked." I go, "Dude, what?"
It's L.A., dude.
Right?
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's L.A. where, we have a governor who's upset that they're now going to enforce stealing laws, but yet they're still giving out traffic tickets and towing parking cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's L.A. So I go, okay, I don't know, where is he? He goes, I don't know. I go, okay, what's your license plate number? He didn't know. What's your VIN number? I don't know. We're like, what? We're calling
no
everywhere.
good deed goes unpunished, bro.
I go, no good deed goes unpunished. None. He goes, I'm going to go walk around. So, dude, he just walks around the block.
Who is this guy again, by the way?
He's a friend of mine. Okay. Goes around, can't find it. I'm like, oh, my God, dude, what are we going to do here? I'm like, okay, dude. I got him and his buddy. I go, let's go walking. Hand to God, bro. I get my car. I get Roger Dodger on a leash. We go for a walk. I walk up one block. My buddy's like, there's the car. I go, the first car we saw? The first car we saw is the car your car. Yeah. What happened? He goes, he went the other way and just kept going around the block.
That's so funny, dude.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big enough problem that he bothered Dana before he looked the other direction.
I would have done laps around there before.
I'd have been so embarrassed to bring anybody else into the situation. Yeah, of course.
Then he took off. And then, dude, and it's Sunday football, and I'm ready for the Raiders. And I'm like, let's go. We're on our way to Super Bowl. I'm done with this stuff. I've done my good deed. I've helped my friend. I've let him crash here with his gun. And I found his car. I'm a good guy. Okay? I'm a good dude. I give abundance to the universe. Now I'm going to watch my team slaughter Johnny's team. Okay? And I sit back and first series, I realize that all my hopes and dreams are dead. And I can't tell you the feeling you go from when your team has hope to your team has no hope. dude, when your team sucks forever and then you get just a sliver of hope, there is light in your life. Everything's better, dude.
I'm feeling it this week, right now.
Everything's better. The food tastes better. Your girlfriend's prettier. Dude, you know what I'm saying? You have hope for the universe. Everything's right. You're putting up more weight at the gym. Women are staring at you more because they sense you're a winner, dude, because your team beat the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, it's
okay?
It's cloudy and it's raining and you're like singing in the rain.
Yeah,
you know?
you're
It's
just
like,
there. Nothing can hurt you at this point. My fantasy team won both games that week. My running Rebels made in the top 25 of the coaches poll. I am on top of the world. The Lord is blessed me with abundance. My football team won. They beat one of the best teams. I am blessed. And then we got our dicks kicked in by the worst team in football. And now I hate everything. Okay? I hate everybody. I pray for nuclear war, okay? I just ate a Whopper Jr. for no other reason than I hate myself, okay?
you lost to the worst team in the NFL, probably.
The worst team in the NFL.
This is what I was going to say. You feel like when your team's winning. Have you ever seen this video of this guy right here? He's like the greatest TV baseball card salesman ever. This is what you feel like when your team's winning, what this guy's describing right here. If you haven't seen this video, it's one of the funniest things ever.
You buy this for $39.99, guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby, you're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99, that's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move, I act quick, I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com, boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long.
I respect
that. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99. Is that crazy? That's the way it works around here.
I want to see how thick this
deal
dude is.
Will change your life. Don't look at yourself in the mirror and be disgusted tomorrow. Don't look at yourself in the mirror and go, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me?
Yeah, that's now your team loses.
This way?
This is how you feel.
That's it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that guy's the greatest salesman
By the way,
ever.
there's no way that guy's pickup line is "How sweet your pussy." You know, that's that guy's pickup line.
Yeah.
100%.
Isn't that video funny? That's how you feel, though. When your team's on top, dude, you feel like that. Michael
In
Jordan's
America,
calling you.
there is no bigger sport than football,
And
and
the
your
NFL,
team, your life lives and dies by your football team.
every week.
And dude, it's just when your team loses and it's like doesn't look good.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I just wonder, like, what did I do? Who was I in my last life? Was I Hitler? Why, God? Why? So those are my stories, Johnny.
Can I tell you
are
one
my
really quick
stories.
that is related to something you? It's a synchronicity, I guess. Listen to this, dude. So
I will now.
this is crazy. Went to Disney World with my family this past week. It was me, my little nephew, his mother, my sister, my brother-in-law, who's ex-police, my mom, and my girl. We were all in a house.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah, they were all in a house. It was my
Why
sister.
isn't he a cop anymore, Johnny? Do you do shady shit?
No, I just didn't pay enough, and he wanted to, make some more money. So,
So what does he do now? Blackwater?
no, he's just got a business, like small business. And they're
Power
gonna
washing?
take over the family farm eventually. But no, it's like a coffee truck.
Johnny, do you
kinda
ever
thing.
see
He
yourself
owns
going
coffee
back to
trucks.
family farming?
No, maybe in later life. Yeah, I mean, eventually I could see myself doing that if things go to shit. But okay, so we're in this house, all staying in this Airbnb. It's one of the nicest houses I've ever seen, dude. And you can rent it for reasonable down there. They have these whole communities that are dedicated to Airbnbs. So they're all these giant houses that are just Airbnb 24/7, 365. Heated pool.
That'd be weird if
jacuzzi.
you were Airbnb in only about 13 hours of the day. That would be weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You're
no,
like,
you're
hey,
right.
dude, you got 10 minutes before this other family moves
Like
in by dinner.
those fuck hotels? Yeah. That's it.
Of the fucking hour? You got an hour. Get in, get out.
Yeah.
Get in, get out.
So we're there. Disney's great. We have a good time. That's not really part of the story. Then on the last day, my family leaves. They drive, right?
Yeah.
They're driving back to North
Yeah.
Carolina. They leave.
Yeah.
And we pack up. We get out of there. We had to be out by 1 o'clock. And we're at the airport. My flight leaves in 90 minutes. So we decide to go to Buca di Beppo, right by at the airport.
The Buca di Beppo?
Yeah, I'd never been. My girl
What
grew
is
up going. You've been
Beppo?
there. It's that Italian place that they have like at City Walk, where you get these huge portions of
Oh,
Italian
yeah.
food. You told
Buca
me-
di Beppo.
Buca di Beppo,
Yeah, I
right?
went there. I went there with my aunt and my mother.
It's crazy, right? All this shit on the wall.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I
it was
loved
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Just and dude, you look at some of the pictures and you're like, they never
fat
thought
people, yeah.
just fat chicks with full eyebrows and mustaches.
Yeah, that's it, right?
And like the most Italian thing you could buy. And you know,
Stereotypical,
if
yeah.
they knew that picture was going to go up in a restaurant for eternity, she would have shaved her mustache that day.
Never would have done it.
Right?
So we're sitting there. It's 90 minutes to our flight. We're like, we got to hurry. And we get the food at our table. And I get a call from a number I don't recognize. It's Florida, though, local, like where we are. And I'm like, who around here would have my number? I get a call and they say, yeah, hi, this is Emilio with the Airbnb. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't know how to say this. We just found a gun in the dresser drawer of one of the beds. And I didn't bring a gun. I flew from LA. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And at first I was like, no, I mean, that's not mine. You can do it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on a second.
Breaker
I'm like,
1, 2, breaker 1, 2.
I just tell the guy, let me call you back in just a second. Now think, my family's been gone for 5 hours. They're already almost in North Carolina. I text first Brandon, my brother-in-law. I'm like, hey dude, did you leave a gun? And because he has, I'm sure, concealed carry, and I've seen him carry before. And he's like, no, but let me ask my sister, Jessie, my sister. My sister left her fucking pistol, one in the chamber, in the bedside nightstand and I got 90 minutes, and I'm thinking, all right, my brain's doing like processing as fast as
What
it
do you
can
mean 90 minutes of
to
what?
get to before my plane leaves to come back to LA.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, and I'm 30 minutes from this.
Who bought the Airbnb? You?
I split it with
Yeah,
my
but
mom.
who signed up?
Me. It's my account.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny's got to lose the star,
I'm already thinking about that, right? I'm thinking already talking to my
Johnny
sister.
loves his stars, bro.
Right, because I have a perfect rating. So I'm more importantly, I'm thinking about missing this flight and then
Yeah.
having to reschedule
Yeah.
it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm 30 minutes from this place, and I'm like, okay, I'll go back and get it. But then I'm thinking, if I get it, I got to take it to an FFL. That's someone with a firearms license who can transfer it back to North Carolina, can mail it back to North Carolina legally to another FFL there. I got to find a place that's open on a Sunday. Most of the little gun shops ain't going to be open on a Sunday. So finally, we found this place. They're like, yeah, if you can get it here before we close, we'll be able to ship it for you.
So you had to leave
I didn't. I had 2 bites of ravioli, and then I was hauling ass back to this Airbnb. I get there and walk in, and thank God, dude, it was, I don't know if they were part of the business or something, but it was 2 like 45-year-old Latin guys that were doing the cleaning, like who looked like they just got out of the club and they couldn't be bothered. Like if it had been a woman, I would have been fucked. They'd have called the police and been like, we found the gun.
Yeah.
And it's also Florida, thank
Yeah,
fuck. They're used to
yeah,
finding weird
yeah,
shit now.
yeah.
So I go up and get the gun and rush to this gun store. Danielle's with me, and I'm like, Danielle, you may just have to go to the airport if this takes a long time. 'cause
Johnny,
it's
you
paperwork.
were willing to sacrifice for your lady. Save yourself, Johnny. That's
And
love.
I got there, and
What
they were-
is love?
They laughed.
Baby, don't
They
hurt
were
me.
they were totally chill about it, and I was like, yeah, keep the ammo because I can't ship the ammo, obviously. And I got it shipped out, and we just made it to the airport. Like we
There's
walked up.
nothing
as it was
worse than
boarding.
that feeling.
It was the worst.
When you're O.J. Simpsoning the fucking airport, jumping over suitcases, clocking grandmas to get to your place.
Can you dude? My sister's so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's got her concealed carry permit too, but she has one in the chamber. Just what if a kid had found it the next time?
What are you, nuts, lady?
She's crazy. I was so pissed at her.
Why didn't she turn around and go get her own gun?
Because I told you they were 6 hours down the road, dude. They were already back in North Carolina.
Dude, that's my gun, dog.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to say it, but that's like a woman. A woman's leaving a
Yeah.
gun behind.
You can say it, Johnny. We call women out for their shit. We're trying to save society.
But isn't that great? We both had crazy gun stories. Isn't
Yeah,
that crazy?
crazy, dude. I gotta shoot my guns more. I'm not shooting them enough.
I know. I had to ship mine back, both my pistols, because I didn't want to register them here in California because they're off register.
Mystery package! It's mystery package. It could be anything. It could be a ton of cash or some anal rings. It doesn't matter. It could be anything. It's mystery package. Let's see if it blings.
We gotta do mystery package. Johnny, play the music.
I just played it right now.
Mysteries.
No, we already have a song. You sang it years ago. It's
Okay,
great.
I'm singing it again.
People love it.
Okay, real quick. Who is
Mystery
this from?
package.
This is from Mystery. This is from J-Lo.
Really?
J-Lo, thank you.
Nice. I wonder if it's like
J-Lo party. J-Lo.
I love J-Lo.
Let's just hope this doesn't.
It's not an exploding pager. Hopefully.
Let's hope to God this isn't. It could be. Okay, now I gotta cut this open.
Yeah, dude. I got scissors over here if you need them. Oh, you got it. Mystery package.
Okay, let's read
Mystery
this.
package.
Dear Sam, I love you. J-Lo, Money Fight USA at JLo dot either 0000000 or 00000.
Money fight? I feel like I've heard that before. What is money fight? Why are you handing me
I
that?
don't know. You might want to look that up. Money
fight USA.
These are a bunch of T-shirts. Let's see what they are. More war.
Money fight? I don't. That's a cool shirt.
What's it? What size are you? This is XL. What size are you, Johnny?
I'm a large or a
See,
medium.
Johnny, now we have to dress exactly the same all the time. Ooh, this is good. Money fight. That's a nice one.
Damn, that is cool. I like both those shirts.
Okay, let me see which one I feel comfortable giving to you.
Might have to get this guy to do our t-shirts.
And Johnny, this is a large.
Perfect.
Bang.
Right in the face, like I like it.
Thank you, Money Fight. What's it? Money Fight.
Money Fight USA. Yeah.
Money Fight USA. Thank you. All right, back to the show. All right, Johnny, you got a half an hour.
I can do that. I can work with that, brother.
And then
All right.
I'm Audi 2027.
Yeah, we're good with that. All right. Let me see. Did you see this crazy fight that happened at the Rams Niners?
Oh, yeah.
This is so
By
funny.
the way, this lets me know nobody knows how to fight, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. This
Watch
one guy
these-
is like, take a free shot of me. I don't mind. This 49ers fan. It just invites this guy to take a shot, and he ends up regretting it. Watch this.
And look at this guy doesn't know how to fight. This other guy doesn't know how to fight. He doesn't know how to fight. Look at that.
Look at the girl. That's a girl getting there. And she gets whacked.
And then he gets whacked.
Yeah, because they saw him hit a girl. But this is
And
the
then
guy.
he's getting his ass kicked
Yeah,
by a
look,
guy
he's
in
down
blue
now.
who doesn't know how to fight. Who doesn't know how to fight. Look at this.
That's the guy that said, take a free shot on me. He just got his ass bit, went face first into the concrete.
And then the guy doesn't know. Your buddy doesn't know how to. That guy doesn't know how to fight.
No. I'm sorry, dude. If you're fighting in a fucking football game, you're an
You're
idiot.
just stupid.
You're so stupid.
Stupid. Walk it off, bro.
I bet they both have like 4 kids, both of them.
No, dude, it's just ridiculous.
God, you're so dumb if you're fighting in a fucking football game, dude.
And this is my favorite part of this, is that everyone said this were Raider fans. I'm like, it's not the team, it's the city. The city is full of that. Every time San Francisco comes down, whether it's baseball,
San Francisco's got the worst fans, dude. Yeah.
whether
Like
it's
for
baseball or football, they fight every
Yeah.
time. The Rams fans are the leftover Raider fans.
Yeah. No, you're totally right, dude. Yeah. Okay, so this was announced this week. I'm curious your thoughts about it. So Twitter X now is essentially doing away with the block button as
think
we
it's
know
stupid.
it. What happens now is that you can block people still, but they will still see your profile. They just can't interact with your posts. What do you think about that? I actually think that makes sense because they don't get the pride now of saying Sam Tripoli has blocked you and put that as their, you see that all the time. People put that as their
I get
banner
that.
image or whatever.
That's fine. I just think you're just like, blocking people just gets them out of your life. And it's just like,
Yeah, but they can't. You'll never know that. I mean, they can't interact with you at all unless they
man,
create another
fine.
account.
I don't care. I just want nothing to do with anybody sometimes, and I just don't even want them to see my post.
I
You
get
should
that.
have the option to
Yeah.
have somebody not see your post.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, if you don't
Right?
have somebody you don't want to.
Yeah,
have
you
your-
just don't want to interact with people. Move the fuck on. You do your thing, I do my thing, and I just don't want us to interact at all.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Someone tweeted this to me. Remember, I told you that in college we had a guy who worked with MLK come into my journalism class and talk about how he got around, like he fucked secretaries, he fucked women on the road. This week, this guy, whoever this guy is, Vince Ellison, was on Tucker Carlson's network talking about Martin Luther King. Somebody tweeted this at me, and it's basically everything that guy said in college.
Martin Luther King Jr. make a Diddy party look like a Catholic convent school. It's a third world country and a first world country. The black community in he says something like Haiti or worse. And it started out with Martin Luther King Jr., whose whole life was a Diddy party. Orgies and smoking and fighting and whipping up on women. The thing that bothers me more about all of it, Tucker, is the prostitute. The orgies are bad, but when you buy flesh and you say you're a man of God, to me that's very visceral. They say he plagiarized his PhD, which means that he was a fake doctor. He walks around with these communists. Money from Moscow was bankrolled in the civil rights movement. He was getting money from Moscow to put in his pocket. It had gotten so bad that the FBI designated King an enemy of the state. And there's only about 5 or 6 people that have been had such designation in the United States of America history. They said that with this designation,
This music's great, right?
Somebody was coming to assassinate him, they wouldn't warn him. And that was a courtesy they would give to mafia dons. They would not give it to King.
I don't know why they put that maniacal laugh in at the end. But
You know, there's a lot there.
yeah, there is, because the FBI is a piece of shit.
I don't
organization.
necessarily know if it's salacious to say the things he said.
It is,
I
yeah.
think he was completely bankrolled. But when you say communists and Russia, I don't. It's possible, right? I mean, like, I don't think.
That's the part I wonder.
But when you say communist, I think it's like the fucking, who's the old guy that bankrolls everything? George Soros types, right? That what he's talking about is the documentary, the capitalist conspiracy at the highest levels. They're really all they say they're capitalists, but they're really socialists for themselves. They want the whole system set up for them to thrive and for us to fight over scraps. That's probably what he's talking about. So, we get into this, we go into P. Diddy stuff, and it's like, I get what he's saying, man. Sex addiction is a big fucking thing, right?
That ain't what's going on with P. Diddy, though. It's not just sex addiction, right?
Well, listen, let me just say this. My opinion is when you create a black market, right? Which is like people demonizing adults doing adult things with other people. You allow that to be blackmailed.
Yeah, no, totally.
That's my whole thing.
Totally.
I am trying to be the best Christian I can be. I am not doing well with pornography and all that stuff.
It's hard.
It's really hard. And especially when you watch, you read the Old Testament and the guy's like, you bang your mom to show dominance. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I can't watch some chick get lit up and I'm like, I'm a bad guy. It's a lot of work, but it's just like, that's what they do. You demonize sex so people can control it. You create markets, black markets, to make money and control people. That's my problem. So my whole rule is, and no matter what anybody tells you, is if you're not hurting people, and particularly children, what you do is none of my business.
I agree completely.
And if you think it's because it's a moral thing or anti-God, that's fine with me. Just know that that's between them and God.
Yeah.
The minute you start opening the door for the government or other people to be in somebody's life, whether it's their bedroom or whatever, okay? You open the door for them to come back and do it to you for things like guns and speech and everything else. And the thing is, like with the RFK shit, right? Have you seen that with the RFK Jr. shit?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Oh, dude, look at the scandal that just came out right now. And by the way, that chick is that like perfect age where you're like, she's not young, but she's still hot, and she like makes 60-year-olds go gaga.
Is this him talking about him having intimate photos of a reporter?
Yeah, but they show. See if you can find a New York Post because they show her, and I get it.
All right, hold on. This is what I have right now. Olivia New.
Yeah, see,
RFK,
he's 70.
Married RFK Jr. 70.
Yeah.
Bragged that he had, quote, intimate photos of reporter Olivia Newsy
Yeah.
31.
So if you go, Sam, what do you think happened with this?
There
Like,
it is.
yeah, dude,
Okay.
like, right?
I mean, yeah.
Like, isn't that perfect? Like,
Yeah.
if you're a 70-year-old man,
Of course.
that is.
And
that,
she's not, there's nothing inappropriate about that. It's weird, but she's a full grown ass woman capable of making
well,
adult
again,
decisions.
this gets into the whole thing about women running society, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't know the relationship between RFK Jr. and his wife. We don't. We know they're
Good-looking
married.
woman. Yeah, they
right?
may have an open relationship. They're Hollywood types. They may have an open relationship.
But we don't even. Are they having sex at all?
Yeah.
I mean, he has the right to do what he wants to do, and like that age woman makes 7-year-old men smitten. And
course.
she's at an age where, like, she wants to settle down, and there's no better person to settle down with than someone who doesn't move a lot, which is a 70-year-old.
Also, to be 70, dude, he's as good as it gets. Like, ripped.
Well, he's everything. He's got money. He's got a famous name. You're, like, in the power, even though he seems to be out with the rest of his crazy family.
He's shredded.
So he's thinking about suing her, he said, because he thinks that she honeypotted him.
Oh, really?
That, like, for this story.
She said it says that she admitted to the relationship in a statement to the Daily Beast and acknowledged it crossed journalistic red lines, even if it was never physical. She spoke about Kennedy repeatedly throughout 2020. I don't understand. I mean,
you sent a dude nudes, and now you're making it into a story because you remember, it's like, hey, dude, it's like, oh my God, Robert Kennedy Jr. had 43 mistresses. Cheryl Hines was one of them. Well, congratulations to Cheryl Hines on getting a promotion to the wife.
Yeah.
You know how many side bitches dream of that? The whole Me Too movement is basically a bunch of side bitches who never got the promotion.
by the way, this is what it looks like when a sex addict actually can have as much sex as they want with any woman. When you're a Kennedy, you know, that's what all those Kennedy guys had, that affliction, bro, where they just fucked anything that moved.
You have
man.
money, you have power. It's what Steve-O said a long time ago in the Naughty Show. Women want to have sex with famous men more than men want to have sex with women. Just think about that statement.
Which is crazy.
How powerful that is. And now we have all these guys who are the pinnacle of their thing all being taken down. Like the Trevor Bauer thing is like, that should be the end of it.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, he had two women. One of them went to jail, which is very weird that the black chick went to jail and the white chick didn't.
Yeah.
That's granted, it's two different states.
And people
One's
still
Arizona.
won't hear about him coming back.
No, the fact that nothing happened to that chick. Nothing. Not one thing. And this gets into something I'm talking about, Johnny, is like, this is the new thing, right? This is the thing where like young ladies use their freak flag to attract powerful rich men with the promise or the suggestion of super freaky sex. For me, is like something I see out there right now is this kind of thing where women attract high value men, rich, famous men, by acting like they're super freaky, right? They'll do freaky ass shit. And then when it doesn't work out the way they want to, they act like they were manipulated.
Yeah.
And it's retroactive regret. You're retroactively regretting decisions you willfully made. And this is why it gets crazy. And it will never stop because women will always want access to the highest levels of power and money. And they will do whatever they got to do to hang out with famous people. And you've heard it with these comics got Me Too'd. Women giving statements like, yeah, I got a hotel room at one of his shows. And you're like, okay, sounds like groupie shit. And then it's like, who's in the BDSM? Women. Right? Isn't that who watched 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Wasn't straight guys watching that movie and buying those books?
By the way, Trevor Bauer had a 2.48 ERA and a 10-0 record in the Mexican League where he played. So.
I don't just like, and you know what, dude? I think the Dodgers pay for it right now. I think karmic wise, they're paying for it.
They could use his ass, couldn't they?
None of their pitchers are doing well right now.
Bueller's
They've ran
blown
off
up.
2 pitchers because of women. Julio,
or is he? Yeah,
he's gone.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, did you see this? This was just weird.
I gotta go.
What is Chris Cuomo up to? Did you
What
see this?
is Chris Cuomo up to?
He gave like a hybrid apology kind of thing to Trump, and it's just bizarre. I don't know what his game is
And
now.
you can think what you
I think this is a guy who realized he fucked up and is trying to get back
Well,
on the right
I think
side.
that he's realized that the side that he was in is never going to take him back.
Yeah, maybe.
So now the only hope is, and it's like, hey, did you hear that the Hawk Tui girl is on her podcast is talking about the OKC
I
bombing?
couldn't find out if that was real or not.
Which would be hilarious.
Yeah, I couldn't confirm that.
Why don't you go listen, Johnny? That should be your
I
job.
tried. I couldn't find it, which makes me think it's not real. But
about Trump. He does not have many more full-throated critics of what he says and does.
Full-throated? What are you, deep-throating?
Yeah, your throat's always full.
And yet I called him today because I am ashamed of how we are responding and not responding to the threats on him. And I feel for his family. And I know you can roll your eyes and say, oh, yeah.
You must be reading the
That's
room.
your choice, and I think it's a wrong choice.
Oh,
okay?
the guy that lied to us about everything?
Out of the judgment business, unless it's judging ourselves. And you got to start
Must be
rewarding
nice,
things
Chris.
that are better. And I got to tell you.
Look at this. Chris just
I
got
don't
off the
know
phone
how
with
he
President
stays in the
Trump.
race. I don't know how he got up after being shot in the head. And you people who try to mitigate that, you need to check yourself.
Buddy, stop it. Stop it.
He gets up, pumping his...
Bud, you should never tell anybody about what they should do after they run their mouth, okay? You were on the wrong side of history for the last 12 years. You should never judge anybody for anything. We could be wrong for 1,000 years on stupid shit like this, and still we won't do as much damage as you did. You told everybody it was illegal to look at the WikiLeaks files. Go fuck yourself, okay? Now, if you come here going, hey, dude, I got wrong. I was all wrong. I should admit it. It's on me. He's not. He's guilting everybody to take away everything on him.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. You know who else can go fuck himself? Colin Cowherd, man. I keep giving this guy a chance.
Why?
Every morning.
He sucks.
I tune in. It's either that versus Morning Zoo ESPN Radio. There's nothing like when I'm driving, I just want to listen to sports. And he just today goes, and there's just some people that will never accept the election results. Get the fuck out of here with the gaslighting. Colin Cowherd, you owe all your listeners a giant apology for gaslighting them about Taylor Swift all last season. You told them they were being immature dumbasses, a bunch of cavemen, and everything they said that was going to happen literally happened. That they were just showing her for propaganda. At the end, they'd win the Super Bowl, and they would make out the end of the game, and then she would become a political talking head and fucking endorse whoever the Democrat candidate was. Every single moment of that became true. There was not one part of that.
I mean, he's spot and sold.
Well, dude, he is. They're owned by Disney, Fox Sports. It's bleeding into that shit, and he's such a corporate hack.
Corporate. That's
like Dan Patrick is great. He did it too. He was like yelling at his listeners, lecturing them about being upset about seeing a woman on. Like, dude, no, this is bread and circus. Okay, this is meant to take.
And they know what they're doing when they do that.
No, because they're dancing for the man. Trying to cover up what they know is happening, which is a giant propaganda campaign.
Well, it's the only way you get to play in that field where you have a show with like 5 guys on it together. It's the only way.
Johnny, it's like so funny. Like, I get so much shit about where I am in my career, and they just don't understand how great I love what I'm doing. Yes, comedy-wise in LA, I hate it. I leave LA, I love it. In LA, Hollywood, it sucks. Yeah. And so my point is that it's just like, the gaslighting going on in these morning fucking radio shows is just absolutely ridiculous. And for him to be like, they won't accept the election. Dude, talk sports. Shut up with the politics. Shut up. Everything's coming out right now that it's all complete bullshit, that election. Shut up.
Not according to HBO, which just released a documentary this past week debunking the election deniers.
Of course they are. And then Colin will watch that and be like, it's just a great piece. Well done. Thank you. Shut up. Shut up, old man. You're corporate. You're like the vanilla frozen ice cream dude.
I don't know how you watch him, dude. To me,
I don't. I listen to him because I just his format is well done. It's get to it. But it's like he gets political and he just gaslights his crowd.
There is room though for what would you say, non-political but honest sports talk.
Yeah,
like if you could
just talk sports.
Yeah, but in a way that where when political shit happened, you could be honest about like the kneeling and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Someone should do a man on the street, and they should go and be like, go up to black people, one lyric of the black national anthem.
Yeah.
Just give me one.
Yeah.
Just give me one. And see how long it takes for you to get one person to give you a lyric. Yeah, that's it. Outside the word the, what is a one lyric in the black? It doesn't exist. It's like Kwanzaa. Nobody's really celebrating it except for grifters.
Is the word axe in there anywhere?
Yeah, go on. So, okay.
Yeah.
Do we have to listen to more of this?
Yeah, it's fun.
Barely even talks about it. Now, look, I do believe he has wasted opportunities, and he has another one now. Who better than Trump?
I'm going to speed you up, Chris.
To say, we can do better. I can do better. I know he keeps doubling down on his angry rhetoric. How can he not? It keeps working for him. I don't know that it gets him elected. My theory is that he needs to expand. He had a chance to do it after he was the target of an assassination at the RNC. He had a chance to say, I know what got me here. It's not going to get me where I want us to be. He did not.
No, Johnny, stop it.
You can't. You just can't do it.
No, but dude, didn't we both agree that he was too nice to Kamala in the debate?
Yeah, of course he was.
Like, he's saying the exact, he needs to be nicer. And we're like, no, dude, you could have curb stomped this woman. Maybe you say it in a nicer way, but there was multiple times to put her mouth on a curb and curb stomp her and end this election. But you didn't do it.
But what he's doing here is insidious. See, he's starting by pretending and paying lip service to this one idea. Because he ends with it too. I won't make you listen to the rest of it because I can tell it's making you antsy. But by the end of it, he's saying like, I just can't imagine what it would be like, to have my family and know that my life was at risk like this. But in the middle, he puts really what he's talking about, which is this part right here. Where he's trying to blame Trump.
I want to see how long I can stand.
Right now. That is not what this is. I am worried about us.
See, this is
I'm ashamed of what's happening.
This is the fake shit right here.
And the relative lack of concern about it. I just don't see how we get anywhere better than where we are right now. Look, I'm not blaming Democrats. I'm really not. I blame the guy. And whatever disease he has that the people around him either knew about and did nothing about. The guy was arrested 20 years ago for barricading himself in a room with all these weapons. Where are we caring about one another? Where are we taking care of our own? Where are we pushing to get help? We're leaving people languishing, dying on the streets. What is going on with us? I don't get it. That's why I reached out to Trump.
Yeah.
I wanted to just say, listen.
Shocking details of the suspect.
Sorry that this is going on.
Chris just got off the phone. I love that.
He
just got off the phone.
I criticize him all the time. That's my job. And he deserves it. But he doesn't deserve this. A guy pointing an AK-47 at him while he's playing golf? And we take solace in the fact that the guy didn't get any rounds off. That does not work for me. If I had been through what that guy's been through in the last 2 months, you would not know where I am. You would never see me on TV again. No way
stop.
I don't know how.
Yeah, that's it.
That's where it ends.
The truth is, Trump really doesn't need to do anything else. He just needs to run to the tape. That's my opinion.
You think it's done? You think?
Listen.
I don't.
Okay, I get it, and you were right last time. I'm just telling you, bro.
I mean, you don't think they'll rig this thing?
No,
again?
that's it. That's the whole thing. And if I was him, I'd go, they want you to think it's close so they can rig it. That's the whole thing. That's the only way they got it. What outlets are telling you it's close? These liberal outlets. I would just push that. Anything else?
Yeah, there was a quick clip from this new Agatha show saying it is the gayest project Marvel's ever done.
Is the gayest project Marvel
That's Sashir Zameda from SNL. She just recently came out as lesbian.
has ever done.
Beautiful woman.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But, I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and, set aside for many reasons.
Stop.
And I think...
What about being gay is outcast in society right now?
Okay. You are literally at a premiere for a major show that nobody's going to watch. It's getting panned. You're not an outcast. You're not on the outside. Okay?
So crazy, dude.
Right? It's just absolutely insanity. It's this notion like that somehow you're a second-class citizen. It's like what you remember
Madness.
when the Crazy Rich Asians cast got mad?
Yeah.
You're in a show called Crazy Rich Asians. What are you talking about?
We're on the periphery. We're fringe.
It's just rich kids, regardless of where she's from. Where she's at now, rich kids.
Look at how you're dressed. Yeah.
You're in pink leather or whatever that is, with your cleavage out.
And she's sexy.
Acting like you're a second-class citizen.
That's it. Speed round here. Okay, speed round. Give me 5 minutes of speed. Not even 5. I need 3 minutes. This is a tweet I saw. This is how Democrats dominate academia. Look at this. This was, let's see. This is from liberal arts universities. Percentage of Democrat professors in the field. If you look at communications at the universities, they polled. I think it was like a certain size of university. Communications, 100%. Anthropology, 100%. Religion, 99.59%.
How are Democrats running religion?
Oh, dude, no. If you know, the religion departments are all, none of them are like actually pro-religious. They're just teaching the history of religion is how they view it. It's not actually religion. It's more about like the history of these books and why they're all fake. English, sociology are all 97+%. Art, music, theater, obviously. The ones that are close to being split are at the bottom here. Engineering, which is still 61% Dem. Chemistry, 83. Economics, 84, which used to be much more heavily Republican or conservative. Professional. Anyway, so that's just, I mean, how can you expect anything to come out from experts?
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I
not-
don't care if my kids go to college.
I wouldn't either, as long as they get a good paying job.
As long as they figure it out.
So Trump had this quote this week, which kind of blew my mind.
I gotta go, dude.
Did you see this
guy?
If I don't win this election, Israel, in my opinion, will cease to exist within 2 years, and I believe I'm 100% right. If I do win, Israel will be safe and secured. We will stop the toxic poison of anti-Semitism.
Sounds
from
like
spreading
someone's
here.
gonna enact some crazy ass laws.
It
Like
does sound
this is what I'm talking about, Trump. Like, dude, we're like 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away from this election, and you're like 70 to 80% of the Jews are voting for Harris. Like I get that you're a Kabbalistic sorcerer, and those are your people, but by running your mouth about this right now, you're actually losing people's belief in you.
Yeah, your most important voters. So we talked about Chester Bennington last week. His son is out there now suggesting that he was
Now, this is the
possibly
weirdest thing
killed.
about this video. The audio is just off enough
It is, yeah.
that you're like, what is this about?
I do wonder. People were making connections saying that he mentioned Hillary Clinton befriending the band before, which is just like, what? Before his father died?
Let me introduce myself to you.
It is
My
on.
name is Jamie Bennington.
Yeah, the time
I'm
is
27 years old. I am the firstborn son of Chester Bennington. And
Bro,
over the
you
last
look
6
old.
years, I've gone from a firm supporter of his suicide to someone who's absolutely convinced that he did not take his own life. And that instead, he was killed by something or someone for some purpose.
Something?
And I will be investigating that.
Yeah, I wonder, what, a Yeti? Like a Bigfoot? Is that what we're saying?
I think this water's still good. It's been out here.
Yeah,
forever.
it's plastic. I wouldn't need it. It gets hot in here. No, I wouldn't need it with the plastic kind of melting in there. We'll have a story about plastic next week. Last thing, have you seen these street takeovers that are like, they're really bad in LA? They happen up the block from me sometimes and you can't go anywhere. This was in Philly the other night, dude. This one got way out of hand. If you don't know, if you live in a normal
And then
place.
you're caught by yourself, dude? Good
Yeah, he's
luck.
an idiot. If you live in a normal place where these kinds of things don't happen, what it is a bunch of teenage dipshits in like early 20s wannabe thugs get together and take over a major intersection in a city. And then you get a couple of retards in Dodge Challengers and Chargers, basically any big dumb car that you can think of that makes a lot of noise with a loud muffler. And then they just kind of do donuts in the middle there and take videos that they think are cool. There's always some a total dipshit with his camera phone, kind of that runs out in the middle and risks, life and limb to get the footage. And they'll be there for hours blocking traffic until the police finally show up. So the cops show up here, and look at this, dude. They're piling on this car. Isn't this crazy?
Yeah. I mean, they don't fear the cops anymore because they don't think they're going to jail.
And they know they can't get shot. That was Philly. It happened in some other city too on the same night. Anyway, street takeovers going crazy.
All right, guys.
That's it.
Go to samtripoli.com.
Oh, what's the word?
The word is freak party.
Oh, I forgot to show you this. Look at this. This woman, Thai woman, got grabbed by a python in her own house and spent 2 hours in her kitchen being squeezed by this thing before the police came. Look at that size of that python, dude.
Can you grab something to stab it?
You would hope so. She was just stuck there in her kitchen. What was
Johnny,
it?
I sent you some
party?
funny stories. Look at the things I sent you for the next show.
Well, the video.
Freak party.
The video we had already done. I pulled that before.
Freak party.
The video. That
guys, October 15th. Quiet.